Hakasingi bakot Ïingdorbar mang tingka kebalong hak ar penyotorik rempang arjar pesal kaladon ke jingmi Jyndat jongki MLA nak kaliang persya ya ka bakla laban pen ke jingi teli jongki nak daw ke jing Biang hakor kompanya Ïingdorbar jong lampang. Habakran sikilat patai kubor din ke jingmi jongki sabar ke Ïingdorbar way na kinigi MLA ubalawan ra da ka point of order u MLA ka seng Congress na umsneng u Dr. Celestine Lingdo ulaong. Ka point of order ka bawan ra hak ar penyotorik rempang arjar pesal ka day nak daw ba ka Ïingdorbar ka Khlem bat ya ki rule ki bola kdo ya ka rule chispa sa puar bat chispa sa pulai.
Ngawan ra ia ka point of order mene kedau kalong ba ka house lani ka assembly ka Khlem bat ya kirul balai nga ong ya kata kane ka ka budget session bat habang ya keren ya ka budget barabor ya ka budget la discuss haki arteli ki stage mo ar kerdan ka kerdan ka baningkong kalong ka general discussion hakba baro ki member ki la ban snow ya ka jing snow jongki lani ka jing don kam jongki syapang ka budget ti haka bakut jong ka general discussion haka budget boro-boro u finance minister unsa ai ka jubab kata ka step number 1 but hadin jong ka jubab jong u finance minister halor ka general discussion kan sawan pat ka step ka baar but kata ka step ka baar kalong bangin vote ya kita ki demand for grants kamut ki jing don kam isa jong ka sarkar haki mat baper tenre hakane ka kenti ka pamenta kat ba ka jing ya discuss jongi ka general discussion ka dang yai hakas ni thok ding ke baladep kila vote ya kata ka demand for grants ka bamut ka step lani ka kerdan baningkong padep kila ya ka kerdan ka baar ti kalong ka babakla ladangi pek ya ka rule 144 clause 1 clause 2 mo di ngawan ra ka point of order menem step da ka bakdeu ba ka ying kalayat bakla namar balik ngi Khlem bud ya ka rule 142 but ki provision jongka but ka rule number 143 but ki provision jongka di habang aris ya ka point of order u speaker u Khlem ai juba be di kalong ke ek basungsi di la shuyai bedang biang ya ka house
Ulo ongru bau dap dak jing snolungo namar bahak por bau ra ka point of order haka Ïingdorbar haka arpnyo tari urempang arjar pesau kumta lada kimmi Jyndat bat pen i dak kam kini kin sele bakla biang haki por ban wan bat karu kompaniat kan long Khlem rule Henry ulo ongru balada ka dei baki kubur baki bakla halor ki rule ki balong ki basai kinome pet dak te ka ying
anda ka dei ka por ba chief minister udei ban reply ka budget di hangta ngasno banga dei ban pen kin mau biang lada ngila vote ya kita ki demand for grants ki jing don kam pisa jong sarkar ngila ai ka vote ka jongi tika jing jubab jong chief minister lane u finance minister halor ka general discussion ka budget kam don meaning su ke te ngi demand ban bat e ka rule te Henry ki Khlem bat de na ta ka daw baro ki member jong ka opposition ki la ya Walkout namar balai lada Ngim demand ya ka hok ba de ban bat e ka rule kane ka jing bakla kin sari pit biang bat ngin sasya nyon biang tingim kuat bagani kan repeat tadi na takadaw ngimi no napo ka chamber jong ka assembly ban pen i ka jing persya ka jongi ba ka ying ka ban bud ikirul kaliang sensyar ka ong ba ka don ka rule 314 tenre ka rule 314 ngi penon kam tang lada kiwi kirul kim krensyai kabamut akitin pareng kiong ambiguity syakadiang ruem syakamon ruem tekabamut uspikar ula ban simya karai bat karai jo golong ka bakadu te Henry hakarul 142 bat karul 143 kalong ka basai amdan jeng artatin te dehang ni wat laki persyang ban apply ya katu karul kalong ka babak laki kede kata kadau kim kuat ban admit wat mangiru ngin pediang la deki ong ngilakum bakla nginom repeat syu ngirungin syong nginom pet te Henry kip kuat ban pen i ya kata ban ong ba to ka jinglong briu mana bom bakla baro bakla te la daki admit ban ong bangilakum bakla mentasisit kanom jasu syakmat belengin syu pet te halor kan ring rim kan ngim la ban pediang bat ngiami no syabat
Nakaliang menteri rangba barim kejelau bolong ru unong mikmat uba bondu kisnem. Haga jing syakri kumunong tau anya haga Ïingdorbar ke bementa pada MLA na songsak na kaseng Trinamool Congress u Dr. Mukul Sangma ulakran ya ka jo kapang kabalakran dau Dr. Celestine bat ban benrap da kabaong baka Business Advisory Committee ka day ka basupen bet ya ka almanak jong ka Ïingdorbar om ya kimat jong ka jing syong Dorbar ka bamanak sengi.
You have been privileged to witness the proceedings of this August House for the decades in the past. And today, in view of what is considered not inconsistent with the provision of the rules of procedure and conduct of business in the matter of discharging the procedure of the August House, our members from the opposition have raised this issue. You have seen that this issue pertaining to deviation from the rules of procedure and conduct of business have been raised last week also and today also. And the members who have raised this issue under the relevant provision of rules of procedure and conduct of business to raise the point of order under rules 300 of the rules of procedure and conduct of business, drawing the attention of the chair pertaining to those relevant rules. As far as today is concerned, you have seen that the rule 142 and 143 was referred, and in continuation to rule 144. So therefore, as we looked at, our responsibility lies in sending a clear message in the floor of the August House to the people in authority. You have heard the contention of the government, who have said that this overall calendar which has been placed before the August House has also been based on the proposal of the BSE approved by the House. Let us remember one thing, which is the usual practice. The usual practice is that, yes, Business Advisory Committee sits. The Honorable Speaker calls the meeting of the Business Advisory Committee, of which the chairman is the Honorable Speaker himself. But we decide on the working days, total working days. But all the placement of the items to be discussed are put up and placed before the August House on the day of the first day of the session. And you have seen how usually the overall practice, the trend of this overall practice has been is that the Business Advisory Committee usually decides on the total number of working days in the calendar. Subsequently, as I have said, the overall calendar in terms of the list of business, we're talking about list of business, list of business in every given calendar day of the calendar. Now, the list of the business, we were today and before also raising the point of order pertaining to the list of business. Now, in the list of business, as per the rules, budget has got two portions for consideration before the August House. One is that the general discussion for which the Minister in charge of Finance will have the right to reply. Subsequent to that only, every demand for grant which should be voted by the August House is moved and put to vote. It's very clear. That's when the cut motions are, if there is any cut motion to be moved or tabled by any member of the August House, do so. And that is where we really fulfills our responsibility pertaining to the scrutiny of every single paisa that is proposed in the budget for spending by the government out of the public exchequer. In other words, out of the consolidated fund of the government. And unless this is done, then there is no other space where it can be subjected to that scrutiny. Therefore, inconsistent with this binding responsibility that is vested upon all the members of the August House, particularly to the members of the opposition, we have made it abundantly clear. And we are seeing that this trend is becoming a precedent. Therefore, keeping in mind their attitude, their body language, we understood that they will bulldoze the same thing in coming days also. And therefore, we would not want these precedents to ultimately become a regular exercise. We maintain that anything which is in complete deviation from the rules of procedure and conduct of business must be corrected, and there must be sincere intent from all concerned, particularly the government, to correct them. But today's attitude, today's their body language seems that this will become a precedent, and we want to send a very strong message, which is loud and clear, that opposition would like to send this message that we express our disapproval to this approach, and therefore we resorted to walkout to ensure that this does not become a precedent.
Kum gajing kersan ya gani gajing wan ra point of order bat gajing mi Jyndat na ka Ïingdorbar na kaliang MLA ka VPP na nong Khlem upa adan mela basayo moj ulaong. Bakum ki MLA kidang kemi lenti bau lampang un pediang gajing Bakla hendai ka basnosi ka long. Bau lampang pediang gajing Bakla bau la Bakla penyat Dorbar bat kum juru ka long baki pen kesan.
Kadon gajing UI gajing bakadon gajing pair akor kom bu ya list of business akademi assembly di nomor kata kerau pengi keren di para kota kalian persyak di suri ban peni ya you speaker ya kata jeng bamya bekat kum kerul maka rule ke keren sai 142 143 144 kundo ban ya keren ni kata budget haki a rentamo budget discussion atau kan suka voting on grants but kasai tumdan kundo tendrei but shushu kerul ke keren sai ba sini hi ke ba ya keren tai ke voting ka of grant kam dei ban lesi binu ma business terga e bososi ang ni kalong ba ka sini ke bangi tai ke budget ha ka ju sini ke lebo te ba mane nagaleng ki Emily nagaleng persya mo Dr. Celestian Lingdo ila ra te ba ka ba ni ru ni la ban pawang ke chi so ko ji daga bakmi ti bo speaker un Biang bagadon ke Bakla bat ba ka bakum ke kan jashu dia malah shu knyap lut iki les ka shisni ka adu ba kalau bu ji e ikit khot ko agal chimta some minute bani le kran ye budget episode ho kadam ke Bakla ko penia tembre ko ko susi ko pi dalam speaker shim Biang bagadon ke Bakla ha ka ko penia ko bal poi po haman mino ka Ïingdorbar kabidi mat ka deka mat ka bang yakran ki kata ka deka basnosi bade na kata mene hapor ma kran apun pau ka jingkran ju governor ba ka Meghalaya mo ka don ye kata high standards of parliamentary democracy tende kunu ngim community ya kata la kam don ka jingya renti ka jingya betlang bro arlia but bro na ka yang sisya nakaliang persya but nakaliang u chongkonor ko penya kadi benon ka babet ka barki mara labu khna gi krul khna ban penya bet yaka Dorbar mo ya Jyndat yaki business ka bape te kalong kai ki basusi ba ka bakum kadi namar le se jibun pat ke jonki ke so bakila le ka bamon nakaliang ka jingi ki bedon nakaliang persya in shusla kuntu Khlem de peni ban penbet yaki jing Bakla bat bangin ko bakani kan nong karukom yaki snap bagi por di banwan kata kade ke khobor ke bangi ko ban peni baba phem sap kan don jumut yu bangin shong kan don jumut yu bangin keren haba yaki kan don penya kam hapo ka sabri phila shu penya kat kum ke jing sobit ke jing sobiak ke jing phi yemla pan pediang yaki ke jinge dei bat penya kat kum kan don setengah tak kadon kanu ngrim ke ba ka dau ke ba shong ni ka ba le se what man suspend ki rule kadon ka provision ka rules of procedure and conduct of business te rei ka bakum kata hi ka khep ka Khlem don ha ka ba don ka man suspend ki te rule te rei ka session ka ya bet ki sni ke bla right ka BC ki ya bet te rei ka kom thep ya ki list of business kilong ki ba mar persya ya ki kendon jong ka jipnya ya ki kam hapo Ïingdorbar
Unang elam kaliang persya uba Ronnie V Lingdo ulaong bakum kaliang persya ki hab ban sim ya kani karai kadai namar ba ka don kejing Bakla ha karukom penyat Dorbar bat ka baki le kadai baki kedau ya ki jing Bakla
Dr. Celestian Lingdo ila kedau te mangi na ka Congress Party ban kaliang persya ilong wala de ban kedau ya kani kejing Bakla te haka business advisory committee kalong ba pi nge shong ban tambet kisni te hendra ya kita ki list of items kadai ka legislation wing but ke parliamentary affairs department ke liban bu ya kata toh let's see ka jinge pen bet la Bakla te ka ke ba mun si onto Meghalaya Bakla next time session pakanum jasho ada pi nomor nisia ong barobor ba ka Meghalaya Legislative Assembly Lada pernah nam ba ka observe kita keram dia kemun apa ong dia keram kemun niat kat kum ke rule kat kum ki kendon badan hakim conduct of procedures and rules of business in the house baik de apa ngi kedo ke jing Bakla de apa kedo ki opposition tentang de pada amar tentang hak jing etrika kan ni le se ke jing Bakla ki officer ki guide ha de supreme baik lada namar ba pipet mata ngatrai ke ke bangi akran mangi mata tang hapo ki khendiat minute people Aisha ka na public domain de menta kham tam ba hapo ka assembly juni ni akran na pare de kemon kini ke jing Bakla ke se ki assembly kilo mare ka Meghalaya Legislative Assembly tang ikirul ke pate ba de kan sapau ka sa reflect ba yang i kino mi khmat pa plan kino mi khmat apo Meghalaya kita ke bang pasung tu ba kuno berpenia ikayeng te kata kalau ke jing rai untang ingi kino mi khmat ndai ya ka jela koi te dei na kata bang ikro te kan eu ke sarkar su to kalau don kendiat ke jing ya Bakla to nang mi khmat minum ya pe bukan jasuk na ada kamdan hamne kabangi don da koi jing tu de kalong ba Lada ya kai Meghalaya Legislative Assembly la tip kum ke yeng kaba known for its decorum kaba ki MLA hamne ki trade ka ki kren ki conduct LD hapo house da ka kor ko burom te kamot ni bu dikrule te tamita te ni supa akum kalian opposition bani penbah ban penjanai ya ko company ya ki Ïingdorbar ta kata ngimdan show da ko jintmu reban pet kumelawan rai Dr. Celestine Lindo MLA budan burom na po umsning ya kata ke jing Bakla ke ba nilai konsult shwabin keren ma iru marba nilai ing yo hot kadai ke dong ke jing Bakla tapi kontra point of order dan ke ba sosi kelomba na kalian office speaker na kalian ke sarkar kutre menteri
Haswa kini nak liang menteri rang ba ka jelau konrad ke sang ma uloong bagi amal ke liang persya kim kwa ban sngap ya ka jubab jong u halor ke jingata ya ka mang tingka hadien ke jingyo I jong ki ya ki kampen roy hapo ka jela.
First of all, it was not my intention to say that this house is wasting its time. Actually, I was just because of the time constraint, because the time was limited, and so I asked not to say unnecessary things and come to the straight to the point. But however, I stand corrected, and that the word wasting of time will be expunged. But however, to the second point, issue, the calendar has finalized. The calendar was finalized in the BAC that has been placed, that was placed in the house on the first day when the house sat for business on 16 February 2024, and it was approved by this house. So it could have been raised on that day itself. So I don't think we can have final thing. Also, as per Rule 3116, suspension of the rules can be moved by parliamentary request. But as I already given the ruling, so my ruling is final. So we come to item number 3 again, Chief Minister in charge to finance, to reply on the budget discussion.
Speaker, sir, Mr. Speaker, I do that. If the rule is not followed, I think the duty of the opposition members to sit here is ended.
I've already made my ruling.
The ruling is not very clear, sir, so we are not satisfied. So the opposition members have no role to sit here and waste their time. The Finance Minister is redundant. It's useless.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think your ruling is very clear. Let me again come back. See, I think in the first day itself, we placed this BSC decision to the House. And ultimately the House has adopted, has agreed.
So we
Mr. Speaker, sir, we as a mark of disapproval, lest it becomes precedent, we walk out as a token of our protest.
Sir, then even the opposition means they make fool of themselves. If you say you walk out at the same time, you also walk out and at the same time we approve it, I think, sir, that in fact, this attitude is not at all acceptable.
Parliamentary Affairs Minister can move the rule 316. You can for the suspension.
Sorry, sir.
You may move rule 316 for suspension of rules.
Still, sir, let me just tell you. Because this calendar has been approved by the House. Exactly. The first day itself. So how can we again go back to 316? How can we go back?
Already a ruling. Honorable Chief Minister has already in his speech. He will be allowed to continue his speech.
Yes.
I'll walk out.
Sir, first of all, it is really unfortunate that the honorable members are making an issue out of something where they themselves were part of the decision when you had put the question of the business, the proposal of the Business Advisory Committee, and the entire House has accepted it. To me, sir, it looks like they don't want to listen to the reply on the budget, because it looks like they are seeing the kind of work that's happening, and from what I understand, that they are finding a reason not to be here to listen to the reply. So, which is very unfortunate again, as I said, because these are very important matters. A budget speech will be, and the budget reply will be focusing on so many aspects. But nonetheless, sir, it's their decision. The entire state is watching, and I would like to take this opportunity to reply to this budget debate, sir. And I would like to thank all the honorable members who have participated.